And you think, wait, Maggie, you got to build yours on the wood line. There we go. And this is Maggie's. This is actually big brain move from Maggie, okay? This is actually like big brain move from Maggie. So Burmese, they get their lumber camp upgrades for free with each age. And he's picked a map that starts with a nomad start. So he's able to put his starting town center right against the wood. So at least for the first 10, 15 minutes of the game, he won't run into too many difficulties in terms of not being able to build a lumber camp. Let me update our player on here. We got MaggieWuerze and win without making a lumber camp. Oh, I'll get his name capitalized. Still need to win. Winning may actually be the hardest part here. Looks like Maggie is actually playing someone he played earlier today. And based on their dialogue, looks like he actually won. So he's playing someone that he can beat, which is good. Too bad I have a monk save again. Uh-oh. Yeah, Burmese have really, really strong monks. Step is so if you've never been on Step before, it's a nomad start. So you have to build your own town center. You start with 6 villagers and a couple of yurts, so you don't have to build houses right off the bat. But it's wide open, and there's lots of like big chonky wood that's kind of like labyrinthy in its layout, and kind of creates a lot of natural mazes and stuff. Usually you do not want to do what Maggie's done. The disadvantage of building your TC on the starting wood is, one, you have to, instead of just dropping it kind of where your villagers are already standing, you have to walk all the way to the wood. That costs you time in getting your town center up. And then in addition to that, all of your res is now forward of your town center. So Maggie is in a disadvantaged position, arguably, but it could be worse. Given the stipulation that he needs to follow to claim the bounty, I think he's in a he could be doing a lot worse. The only thing that might have been better is if he'd somehow been up here, but here he's near so much wood with his town center. Like, he'll be okay for quite a while in this game. Technically, you do a team game. Oh, this is all 1v1s, Fortune Finder. It's all 1v1s. I forgot to run an ad between games. I'm going to run it right now. Normally, I'd run a 3-minute ad so that we'd have like an hour. But because we're in the middle of a game, I'm going to keep it quick for you guys. And I'll run a 60-second ad instead, which should get us through this game without any other ads, any other mid-rolls. Okay?
Another one.
So we'll be back at 60 seconds for all you guys that are not subbed. I actually hate when I forget to run the ads for the non-subs. I do not like leveraging my content to make you guys give me money. That makes me feel like crap. I do not like doing that. If you ever wondered why Grathrang like doesn't do much content when I go for ad breaks, I use the ad breaks to take healthy breaks for myself. I don't like depriving people of content. You don't see ads. Nice. I feel when I get gifted every single time. MaggieWuerze coming forwards with a paramilitia here.
Okay.
We could be sniping Hunt, but yeah, I don't think that's the best use. Most players, they're going to go have their TC far away. Let's take a look at Maggie's scouting. Players do start with a starting scouting horse. I saw Maggie's horse kind of slinking around Red's base. So he's going to know about the exposed berries and the exposed wood, because the TC is not going to be anywhere in range of those in theory. So Maggie's going to try and swing around and push Red off some resource camps nice and early. This might be one of the more normal games we have. Because of the thought that Maggie put into his civ selection and map selection. I didn't see I saw the civ collection coming. People called Burmese right away for the no lumber camp thing because of their free lumber camp upgrades, but I did not see step, which maybe I should have. It's a bit unfortunate for Maggie. As he looks like he regrouped with his extra militia through the town center. Does he get lumber camp upgrade without building one though? Yes. So how this worked today? You have to choose a bounty and have to complete it, and the enemy is one from chat and can also win a bounty. No, Shik, so you queue up for a ranked game. You pick a bounty and then you queue up for ranked 1v1s. And then you have to win the game against an unsuspecting opponent, ideally.
Okay. Jay.
I think we're mainly using the militia as like just like an extra scout here for overkill because he only made one. He just wants to see kind of what Maggie's up to. He lost his scout fairly early on. Why do I feel like that should be a painting? Clubman, stand in forest, watch enemy. Hey, I think I know that guy. This guy, Uncle Reggie, he'd go and stand in the middle of a forest with a club and observe the enemy. He's a good guy. It sounds like a good guy, Lubov. Delete a vil every time the opponent writes in chat. The one thing I've picked up watching a lot of other people's like regular ladder games is most people are way nicer to their opponents than people are to me or I am in my games.
Bruh.
Everybody's so nice and pleasant to each other. I never see any of that. Yeah, if you want to take a shot at a bounty, just wait until it's way easier to get into a bounty than it is into a show match because you just be here but after each game. As opposed to having to wait 3 games, you only got to wait 1 game and then you can take a crack at a bounty. They're trying to get on the wheel at least. Or try to get selected by the wheel, pardon me. Haven't gotten GG in your ladder games for a while, gamer. Most of your opponents are Chinese players. Well, the time of day, I think, matters a lot. I read a thing on Reddit that said that people rarely get GGs from Chinese, but they also rarely get any BM either. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. They just play the game. Which is actually nice. I don't mind that at all. Archers coming in from overkill. Remember what I was talking about, not having that forward town center? This is kind of what happens. The issue for the Burmese player is that once we get to Castle Age, if we're not walled, this is going to be a lot worse because we don't have that second armor upgrade for our skirmishers. So for now, we'll be able to push the archers back with some skirms. But Castle Age, this is going to get worse. And the Inca player, they've already got their chokes up. So they've got their base together already. Is this closed over here? Yeah. Why is there like a 70% complete palisade over there? Whatever. I think I nearly never got a toxic opponent. Yeah, but you're a pretty nice guy, Ween. There's probably people that would be toxic to other people that won't be toxic to you because you're nice. Fortune Finder says drop a tower. That's a great call. And that's exactly what Maggie's going to do. You could even just run, if you run a wall here, your tower will be nicely protected and you'll still have some like space in your backyard. Or if you need to drop some farms. Because Maggie does need to establish like his base. Skirms coming forwards are going to get picked off by this eagle. I think we should have kept these guys back at home. This is a bit of a disaster for Maggie, honestly. This is not good. Ooh, I like the vills that we snuck all the way down here far, far away from everything. I want to look at Red scouting and see if he's scouted that part of the map. No. Actually, unscouted part of the map for overkill. We'll double check, see if Maggie's made a lumber camp. How's that lumber situation doing? So we're still within 2 tiles with almost every villager. 1 villager still within 1 tile. Kind of sick. Archers are creeping in, though. Maggie's got 2 archers out. Has lost all of his skirms. You're going to be pushed right back. And it's a good thing we pre-built that tower. Or this would basically be GG. It still might be pretty bad. If he decides to dive the tower, he might pick some vills. But Maggie's actually, we've managed to keep his production up fast enough. Oh, he dropped the second. I didn't even see the second range go down, but he dropped the second range, and that's why he's been able to match the archer production here and get himself out of trouble a little bit. Now that's going to leave him pretty far behind. I kind of want to look at res collected, since we're going to have a second while they chase each other. Yeah, that's pretty substantial, guys. 600 res this early in the game. I'm not sure exactly how that's come about. I think mostly it's been because of the pressure on these berries. Military is 12-9 in favor of overkill. The 3 eagles, I think, are making the difference. As we've got, what is this? 6 skirms and 2 archers to... The skirms would win this fight if the eagles weren't there. So it's good that overkill's added them in. Bad for Maggie. Nice micro there from overkill to pick off the first archer. Which is good, because you need the... Green needs the archers to pick the eagles off. Because the skirms won't do enough damage. The Eagle Scouts have that extra pierce armor. So the eagles will just eat the skirms. But the archer has the extra attack and blah, blah, blah. But we only have 1 now. This is pretty bad. Maggie's going to have to go all the way back. Generally, as a rule of thumb, guys, you should not go out of your base with skirmishers. I see it's even high-level players I see make this mistake. You should not go out of your base with skirmishers. I'm trying to remember which... One of the very few times I had someone that was like a top 20 player bother to look at one of my games. That was one of the things that was drilled into my head. I think it was Daniel that told me that. Never go out of your base with skirms. If you find yourself in the open with skirms, you're basically dead. You're being stupid. You've made a mistake already. Keep your skirms behind. Skirms should be behind walls or accompanied by a lot of other military. Like two archers was not enough. This is a bit better. Because you have the DPS to deal with eagles when you have 3-4 archers. But like 1-2 archers, no. Like this is bad. Why are we doing this? Now this kills that. Why? Why are we doing... Look! There it goes. That's... Why? Why? What did we accomplish? Maybe he just wanted a little bit of extra scouting info. I don't know. Perhaps he may have wanted to see if Red was going Eagles. But if Red's smart, then the Eagle barracks are gonna be built like back here somewhere, right? Jack Fragg's dumb ways to die. What? It's a TikTok meme, Fortune Finder. I stole it from TikTok. You. Red is in Castle Age. Maggie will be in a moment. I think you should go cavalry out of this. We've got a decent... Like, I wouldn't even upgrade these to crossbow myself. I would go knight. I guess maybe we've managed to keep the numbers even enough. 13 crossbows to 11, and then also eagles getting mixed in. I still think knights and mangoes. I would have gone this at the second range. Kind of stings though. You can't afford the stable you would have wanted. Yeah, kind of hamstrung into going crossbows here. But I still think defensive siege workshop. One thing Maggie's going to have to be particular about is making sure that town centers go down on wood. And there's one. Because we lack the lumber camps. Does Maggie get the quick wall? Not... Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're trapped. That's all it took. And that's going to wipe Red out because of taking the shots from underneath the tower. And I was actually kind of sick from Maggie there. Managing to slap down that stone wall was pretty huge. If Red was paying attention, they might have been able to sit it, but that would have necessitated them sitting still underneath the tower fire and made it even worse. But Maggie made it out with almost all of their crossbows. Well done by Maggie. Plus, again, that town center went down on wood. We've got enough wood for another town center. And as long as we keep replacing our our TCs and building TCs instead of lumber camps... I think Maggie might have this. He's at least showing us the way. This might be the easiest bounty of the day. in terms of the path to victory. It's clear that it's going to be a Burmese fest. Guys, if you weren't allowed to pick the Burmese for that challenge, what would be the next civ you would do for no lumber camp? Because this is looking all Maggie right now. There is a mango waiting. I think Maggie just spotted that. Yeah, Maggie just spotted the Siege Workshop being with the flag on it. Celts could be nice, yep. Burmese do get the tech without the lumber camp. Ooh. Maggie's got to be careful here. Red should have a Repairville on that Mangonel. This is bad. This could be bad. That's an overextension for Maggie right into the mango path. Snipes the Repairville. Nice dodge of the attack ground by Maggie there. Picking away at those crossbows. Gets another couple volleys off on the Mangonel. Needs to be careful. Oh, good shot there from Overkill. And Maggie lost a good portion of those crossbows. Manages to clear the mango. Town center's at 88%. If Maggie had been able to do a little bit better with the micro, we might have been able to completely deny the TC. But as it is, Red's going to get it up and not even lose a villager there. Don't forget that now that Red's in Castle Age, those Inca villagers, they get the blacksmith upgrades. So these guys already have a bunch of pierce armor. And Maggie is behind his opponent by 17 villagers already. Because behind this defense, Overkill was 3 TCs. Looks like he managed to keep them running for that duration. At least for the most part. Maggie has been idling in large part. Maggie getting pushed off of the hunt kind of really hurt. I think he became a little overly reliant on the hunt. We never dropped the market, even though we got 1,000 wood. We never dropped the market. Never dropped our third TC. Maggie, you could drop 2 TCs right now and get your way back into the game. I actually think that's the way for Maggie to go here. He still has he has about the same number of crossbows as his opponent, and he has a pair of monks. Ooh, if he could get some crossbow conversions, okay, that's not so bad. Now we have the military lead again. Where are these guys going? Where are we going here? What are these guys up to? Is this a TC drop? We're gonna castle. Oh man, that's a okay castle drop. It's got a lot of stone and gold behind it, and it's gonna pin down 2 ranges, a barracks, and 2 town centers. Push the Inca player off of their stone. It's actually kind of a great. The more and more I look at this castle, this is a great castle. Inca player is gonna get cut off from stone here and will not have enough for a castle drop. But we do not have very much military here. There are 4 crossbows here, 5 crossbows here. Red's already there. Has got a scorpion on the spot. Eagle's ready to pop out of this barracks. And here we go. Maggie is going for the YOLO castle drop play to try and tie this one up. Castle's at 42%. We'll keep that selected as this is gonna be close here. The conversions on the crossbows from the monks might be critical. And that will actually, I think that's going to get Maggie the space that he needs. It comes down to, can we clear that scorpion? If we had gotten an eagle conversion, that would have been ideal for sniping the scorps. Scorp hasn't taken a single shot. Meanwhile, we're focusing down the eagles. Castle's at 98%. Overkill is not going to deny the castle. Has lost a lot of military. Maggie has a really strong position now. Defensive castle going down from Overkill, who's going to be working his way up to Imperial Age. What is this cat? This castle drop should be over here, in my opinion. Castle drop should be on this side. I don't think it's going to quite range this gold. I think it should be over here. Maggie is just saying, I am winning this game. Problem is, if Overkill's smart, he's going to be looking at the score and see himself with a 200 score lead right now, even with his opponent having 2 castles and a bunch of army. And maybe the crossbows can come and push down into this back side. Military is 18-1 for MaggieWuerze. Overkill clicks up to Imp. Could this be a classic Imp into GG play? Defensive tower going down. No, Maggie, you got to break in. Maggie, you got to break in. The tower's going down right now. Gotta get in before that watchtower goes up. Gotta get in. Gotta get in here. This is taking way too long. It took way too long to get those in position. Again, this castle, if this castle had been over here, the game would end right now. Bit of a missed castle. Badly placed second castle, in my opinion. Because right now, what Red's going to do, Red's going to hit Imp. They're going to make 2 trebuchets and clear this. And Maggie's trying to get up to Imp. But we've got no economy. You know how many farms, guys, how many farms does Maggie have? Where are my mem fans? He's got 0. 0. Where's Mem? Mem, where are you? No farmers. Why are we getting this upgrade? I guess we got 40 gold miners. Fine, whatever. No lumber camp, but we hit 1K wood. Maggie, make another TC. This one's still touching wood. We don't need more wood. Ooh, we're going to deny handcart. Wait, does Red not have a town center? Oh. Oh. Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame. Maggie is trying to squeeze an imp out. And he will click up to imp here. Okay, well, he managed to do a good amount of damage to Overkill. Overkill, though, is going to go full Eagles in Imperial Age. And the first Treb is on the way. The one thing Maggie's got going for him is he has 2 forward castles. Is this still taking shots? It's taking shots from Red's castle, that's why. University going down from Maggie. He needs to swap off of crossbows. The elite eagles are going to massacre him. Load in the castle and then unload on the other side to raid Red's eco. I think right now he's loading up his castle to try and take the opponent's or just heal up. Maybe he's healing his crossbows. Yeah, if he ran in with the crossbows or had, now it's too late. There's enough eagles that he'll get cleared. The main issue for Maggie is he's not going to have his ARB power spike. I don't think that he really is going to want. Because the opponent's going to have like 20, 30. Why are we not making eagles? There we go. Okay. Opponent's going to have like 25 elite eagle warriors with +4 armor. It's going to be rough. Maggie's going to need like Cavalier. He doesn't have eco for it. I feel like if Maggie had the macro behind this, he would go Cavalier behind the crossbow. Just not upgrade the crossbow. Get ballistics, but don't get anything else. Just in case your opponent goes pikes or halbs. And you go full Cavalier. I think that is what Maggie should do. Maggie loses one of his 2 forward castles. Red already has 3 trebuchets out. And a pair of rams. And here come the eagles. Flowing forwards across Green's forward military. And let's watch as the crossbows are evaporated into a mist by these eagles. And MaggieWuerze made a great attempt at this bounty, but it was not enough, and Overkill is going to deny him unknowingly of $20 US. Great job, Maggie. This was an excellent attempt. This is got to be I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if someone just tries this exact strategy again. Because this is probably the way to go for the no lumber camp bounty. But that is a denial of the bounty for Maggie. We've got a army high of 30 to 22. Res collected really started to sting as we went on. But yeah, that was a good one.